Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the video. I'm JP and this is Good Talk HQ. Today we have a special bonus episode highlighting 20 of the best deals that you can find right now in the eShop, all for under $2. That means you could get every game on this list and still not spend as much as you would on one AAA title. Thank you all again for helping us reach 3,000 subscribers. What an awesome ride it's been. Welcome back to everyone that's been here before, thank you as always. And if this is your first time here and you fancy yourself a fan of Nintendo or video games in general, please consider joining our extended family here at the channel by smashing those like and subscribe buttons. We'd love to welcome you. Either way though, please stay safe out there and enjoy the video. Alright, let's go ahead and start the list with Azurebreak Heroes. This is a single player action RPG offering a main story that will clock in around maybe 5 hours or so. Now this one has a top-down view and some gorgeous pixel art graphics with a great retro sound as well. The game is a 2D RPG with roguelite elements and sees players battling otherworldly creatures, leveling up skills, and searching for a way to escape this demonic world. With 6 unique playable characters, random level layouts, and multiple endings, this is a great value and it's currently on sale until September 13th at 72% off for just $1.99. Woven is another action-adventure game, this time with beautiful 3D graphics and clocking in at roughly 8 to 10 hours of main story gameplay. This time with a much heavier emphasis on relaxing gameplay, puzzle solving, and exploration. We'll play as Stuffy, a clumsy stuffed animal who happens to stumble across a lonely dragonfly with no recollection of how he got there or who he is. We'll set out on a mission to uncover his mysterious past. The game features a fully voiced story with secrets and unlockables defined, character customization, varied locations, and more. This is another great value at $1.99 and it's marked down 90% until September 16th. Pixel Gladiator is a single retro 2D wave-based shooter that will take roughly 2 or 3 hours to complete. Now while it's a short game, it's an amazing one. You'll have to defend and upgrade your home base against waves of nasty creatures. The whole thing takes place on this galactic game show and you've been chosen as one of the participants. Your only goal will be to survive as long as possible. Now there are loads of unique weapons and upgrades to find, defensive structures like turrets and traps that you can set to defend your base, and of course, the boss battles, which were a particular highlight for us. Now again, this is another solid value at $1.99 until September 13th, marked down 72%. Up next we have a vertical shoot 'em up from two awesome studios, Dimension Drive. This is available for 2 players in local co-op with a main story that will last roughly 4 or 5 hours. In this intense shoot 'em up, you'll fight across 2 separated areas in split screen, and this means you have to bounce back and forth to avoid gunfire and obstacles. In the co-op modes, this is insanely fun and chaotic. Now the game features 13 intense levels and a new game plus mode for those into video game punishment. If you like shoot 'em ups, this is a must buy in my opinion, at its current price of just $1.99, marked down 85% until September 22nd. I promise you won't be disappointed. Toby and the Secret Mine is a single player 2D puzzle platformer published by Head Up Games and offers roughly 3 or 4 hours of main story gameplay. There really isn't much story to speak of. At the beginning we see one of our siblings being kidnapped by a mysterious creature with red eyes, and that's pretty much the only motivation that we'll need to set off on our adventure. The graphical style used here reminded me of Limbo, which is another great side-scroller. There are plenty of different puzzles to keep your brain working, and the controls were great, which is arguably the most important part of any platformer. If this looks like your type of game, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on September 13th. It's marked down 83% again to $1.99. Up next we have one of our personal favorites, The Bug Butcher. This is a 2D arcade style shooter for up to 2 players in local co-op from publisher Two Awesome Studios and will take roughly 5 to 6 hours to complete. The game features fast-paced, chaotic side-scrolling action with over 30 levels and 5 epic boss battles. There are loads of collectibles and upgrades to be found, and the game has multiple difficulty settings for gamers of any experience level. This game is great for 2-player co-op, but it really can get hectic sometimes. Now the visuals and sound are top-notch, and there's a lot of value again here while it's on sale until September 22nd. You can grab it for $1.99, marked down 75%. Up next we have another one of our personal favorites, Bot Vice. This is a single-player arcade-style shooter with loads of fast-paced action. We play as a young female protagonist with a personal vendetta against a local crime gang, the Wildbots. Our goal is to bring them all to justice in one way or another. Now the game features super intense arcade-style shooting with an auto-aim system allowing for more time to focus on the fun gameplay mechanics. The game features multiple difficulty settings and a few unlockable game modes as well. It also has one of the most catchy soundtracks in any game on the list. This is a great pickup when it's on sale, and right now it's marked down 80% to just $1.99 until September 30th. Diabolic is a top-down retro-style adventure RPG, and while the game only lasts a few hours for experienced players, it's quite challenging and could easily take several hours to master. There are 10 levels, each progressively harder until you find yourself in all-out mayhem. One unique feature here is that you'll start off with all of your skills and magic abilities, so the main treasure that you'll want to collect will be gold. The gold you collect will allow you to purchase skill points, and that's how you'll upgrade your character along the way. Now, one thing to keep in mind, this is definitely a dark game, but if you like these type of darker adventures, you'll be able to get Diabolic on sale until September 13th. It's marked down 60% to just $1.99. Earth Atlantis is a single-player shoot-'em-up from Head Up Games that will take roughly 3 or 4 hours to complete. In Earth Atlantis, most of the Earth has been flooded and is underwater, and machines have risen to power over humans. We play as a hunter on a mission to clear the seas of these hybrid marine machines. This is a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up all about monster hunting and features a unique graphical style. They call it old sketching, but basically it just looks like everything was drawn with pencil, and it's beautiful to look at on the Switch. I do have to mention that I get lost while playing this one a lot, but that's okay because the music is so calming and relaxing that it's just a great time overall. Right now you can pick up Earth Atlantis on sale for just $1.99 until September 13th, which is 87% off. Up next we have Urban Flow, the Extended Edition. This is a party-based arcade-type puzzle game for up to 4 players in local co-op. The game should take players roughly 9 or 10 hours to complete, with the latter half being pretty hectic. Basically, you control the flow of traffic, and over 100 levels, each progressively harder than the last one. There's something satisfying about watching this game in action when all the cars and lights are moving in harmony, and it really can be fun to watch. Now, if you've played Conduct Together or Fly Together, this is very similar to those. You just have to make sure you control traffic and avoid accidents or mishaps. So if you like these party-style puzzle games, make sure to check out Urban Flow, the Extended Edition, while on sale until September 13th, marked down 88% to just $1.99. S.N.I.P.E.R Hunter Scope Deluxe is a single-player arcade-style FPS from Baltoro Games with a main story that will last roughly 5 to 10 hours. However, the game does have plenty of replayability, so you'll probably spend double or triple at least before you put it back down. Now, as I said before, this game blends both on-rail shooting with modern cover-based shooting sections for a really fun game. There are unlockables and upgrades to find with more than 15 stages to explore and 30 different weapon types to choose from. The Deluxe Edition includes the DLC with the Zombie Apocalypse mode as well, and all new weapons, making this a great value at its current sale price, just $1.99, marked down 88% until September 13th. Next we have Cecconoid. This is a single-player retro shoot-'em-up that will take players roughly 3 or 4 hours to finish up. This is the ultimate homage to retro arcade twin-stick shooters, featuring an 8-bit aesthetic and a bumping soundtrack, all wrapped up in a black and white presentation. In this one, players will have to navigate through tricky levels and fight off evil robots to save the Equinox from destruction. With this purchase, you'll also get a free bonus game, Eugatron, which itself offers another 50 plus levels with power-ups and multiple control schemes. It's a great value. This game is currently on sale for $1.99, 90% down until September 13th. Up next we have Felix The Reaper. This is another one of our favorites. It's a single-player puzzle-style adventure game from Daedalic Entertainment with the main story that will last roughly 10 hours or so. In this one you'll play as Felix, who's a Reaper that has fallen in love and has a mission to impress the woman of his dreams. He plans to do this by ensuring she stays busy and teaching himself to dance along the way. Now this is a unique puzzler where players have the ability to manipulate the sun, which casts shadows onto the ground depending on where the sun is located. You'll only be able to move in the shadows, so this mechanic becomes pretty important throughout the game. If you like these puzzle-style adventures, make sure to get Felix the Reaper while it's on sale for just $1.99, marked down 87% until September 30th. Flashback is a classic adventure title from the 90s that's reborn for a new generation here on the Switch. The game offers maybe 6 hours of main story gameplay, but the main draw is the nostalgia. The game is a classic and has constantly been on people's top 100 list of all time. Now, Flashback features a great story, great controls, and sound, and this version even includes both the original 1993 edition as well as the newly remastered modern mode to give a whole slew of graphical and audio options and change the way that people can experience this great game. By today's standards, it may seem a bit outdated, but if you grew up with these games or you're a fan of these older style games, please check this one out before September 23rd. It's marked down 90% to just $1.99. Next we have Lumo, which is a single-player isometric platformer from Rising Star Games and will take players roughly 6 to 7 hours to complete. Now Lumo is a love letter to the golden age of gaming, the late 80s and early 90s, with a modern twist for today's gamers. There are more than 400 rooms spread across 4 unique environments with loads of secrets to be found. There are even some mini-games hidden throughout as well. Now this is a peaceful game with a nice soothing soundtrack and some amazing in-game graphics and sound effects. If you've been curious about this one or you're a fan of these older style isometric puzzlers, make sure to check out Lumo before the sale ends on September 13th. It's marked down 90% again to just $1.99. Super Treasure Arena is a party-style action-adventure game from Head Up Games offering unlimited hours of couch co-op fun. Now sadly there's no online feature, but the game is great nonetheless. The game does a great job of blending classic arcade-style action with fast-paced shoot-'em-up action found in modern arena-based shooters. The main objective here will be to collect and steal coins from your opponents before the timer runs out. Now the game is shown from a top-down view and features 6 unique maps, 5 playable classes, multiple game modes, and more. If you're looking for a good local multiplayer game, be sure to check out Super Treasure Arena while marked down 80% to just $1.99. The sale ends on September 13th. Up next we have Silence. This is a single-player point-and-click adventure game that will take players roughly 6 to 7 hours to complete. Silence tells a gripping story of a brother and sister who share a special bond with one another. When Rini goes missing, Noah sets out to find her in this unforgiving and unknown world between life and death, Silence. The game features some of the most beautiful hand-drawn worlds I've seen in any game on the Switch. And during the story you'll bounce between a couple different main characters, which will change the perspective of events drastically. The story in this one hooked me right away, and I don't mind a good point-and-click adventure from time to time. So if you're interested in Silence, make sure to grab it before September 30th. It's marked down 90% to just $1.99. Up next we have AER. This is a single-player 3D adventure game from Daedalic Entertainment with a short but sweet story that will last players roughly 3 or 4 hours to complete. The story itself revolves around a young female protagonist who's tasked with uncovering the secrets that left the world shattered in the sky. The most unique feature of the game, of course, is the way that you shapeshift and fly around to the different islands. The game is on sale pretty often, but when it is, I definitely highly recommend it. Now this one is gorgeous on the Switch and runs great as well, and the story is really gripping. If you're interested in this one, make sure to check it out before the sale ends on September 30th. It's marked down 90% again to just $1.99. The Vasara Collection is a collection of 2 vertical shoot-'em-up games from Cubite Interactive, and both are available for 1 to 4 players in local co-op. They offer hours of arcade-style fun, and both are always highly recommended. Now this version even includes the new game mode, which is what allowed for that 4-player support, but the story takes place in an alternate timeline and is set in Japan, where technology has far surpassed anything that we've seen yet. Now this game is highly skill-based, but it does offer an easy mode for beginners. The story has branching paths with alternate endings based on your choices, so you always feel more involved in the outcome. Now this is one of the best deals on the list, and it's marked down 80% to just $1.99 until September 17th. Alright folks, and the last game on today's list is Goblin Sword. This is a single-player retro-inspired action platformer from Gelato Games with a story that should take players roughly 10 or 12 hours to wrap up. Alright folks, we'll finish off today's list with Goblin Sword. This is a single-player retro-inspired action platformer from Gelato Games with a story that should last more than 10 or 12 hours. In Goblin Sword, an army of monsters led by an evil wizard have begun to overrun your hometown. Players will have to explore more than 80 levels and face off with more than 10 epic boss battles. Now this game is loaded with hidden secrets and areas, and there's even relics that you can find which will allow you to upgrade your abilities and skills. There's even a cool souvenir mechanic which will allow players to decorate their homes with items they find along the journey. If you're looking for a fun retro platformer, make sure to grab this one up before the sale ends on September 16th. It's marked down 60% to just $1.99. Alright folks, that's going to go ahead and wrap up today's special episode of 20 games that were under $2. Again, if you bought every game on this list, it wouldn't even cost as much as one AAA title. And that, my friends, is a good talk.
That's all for today's list. We hope you liked the video. If you did, consider subscribing and liking down below. Okay, bye!